Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Aisha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good afternoon. Merry Christmas Eve to everyone. Thanks everyone for and well, no one's really here. There was one person so far from YouTube, but we thank everyone for joining us. The one person so far. What we're gonna do?
Oh, you welcome.
Is you?
It's me.
But anyway, yeah, man, we're gonna get it going, man. We got a lot of things we wanted to talk about this Christmas Eve, and just go into a couple things that's going down, man, in the world, and go through what we how we feel about it, and news our way, the way we like to do it, and like to discuss the things that's going on today. And we're gonna go into some of the Epstein files that's going on, and we also got some of the infighting that's going on with the MAGA crowd as they tear each other apart at the I forgot the name of that little convention that they were at, the Turning Point convention that they had the other day. And we just want to discuss a couple of things and keep you guys updated with how we feel about what's going on in the world. But right on for everybody for coming on. Aisha anyway. But it's Christmas Eve, man. It's all good. We don't expect a whole lot of people, but we still feel as though we need to get that news out, man. It's what are we doing? Sitting around drinking eggnog, doing nothing. So why not, man? So we're gonna go. You have a couple stories you want to run down real fast?
Yeah.
All right, let's get that done.
What's up? Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. What's up, y'all? Dan Bongino has announced that he's going to be resigning beginning in January of 2026, ending his brief and often controversial tenure at the Bureau. His Dan Bongino, as we know, is a former Secret Service agent and a conservative media host. He was appointed to the post earlier this year and has faced scrutiny over his tensions with the DOJ, with the Justice Department, about his past commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump acknowledged that Bongino's departure suggests the former podcast may return to media. With Bongino's exit comes amid a broader leadership upheaval at the Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about Dan Bongino stepping down from the FBI?
Good. I hope they all quit. This is the worst cabinet I've ever seen in my life. This cabinet is filled with horrible snacks, and most of them from Aldi's. Captain Vitamins. That's the type of snacks they got in their cabinet. It's just the worst cabinet I ever seen in my life, man. Just Dr. Thunder in there. Just horrible shit.
Not the RC Cola.
Man, just terrible knockoffs. That's what's in their cabinet. It's the worst, man. I don't know, man. It's good. Go back to podcasting, bro. I mean, for real. I couldn't imagine being put in the job that he's put in. And then, what, like he said, he was paid for his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's paid to find facts. And those guys, they said they was working very hard. He's never worked this hard, having to show up 6:30 and being there all day.
Right.
Yeah, man, it takes dedication when it comes to caring about the country. But good. I'm happy he's stepping down. I hope more of them do. I am hoping that we get Cash Patel out of there next, because these guys are terrible, G. They're just horrible.
They really are.
Horrible people.
Right. Moving on. This week, Phoenix said that they were going to be tightening its approach to jaywalking enforcement, which is removing the prior practice of issuing a warning instead of opting for an immediate citation. The city now ranked among the most worst in the US for pedestrian fatalities. So the policy shift comes after years of rising deaths and near misses on most of our busy intersections.
Yeah.
The officials are also investing in infrastructure that's going to make it safer for pedestrians to cross the streets. But community members are saying that the behavior and infrastructure both need immediate improvement. What do you say?
Well, I mean, that's good because first thing I was thinking is why wouldn't you put in more crosswalks and more crossways in busy, because sometimes you don't want to walk all the way to the intersection to cross the street.
Right. And then have to walk back down
Then,
just to get where
right,
you need
exactly.
to go.
So you have to put some type of way to cross the street through these busy sections where you can hit, like the one in Scottsdale, where you hit the button and then it stops all traffic and everybody has to stop. Like that one we see on Bale all the time. That one, I mean, the Scottsdale Road, that one is cool. That's what you want to see.
Not even that one, not even in Scottsdale Road, but there's also one over by the Popeyes on Central.
Yeah, and there's one on Indian School and like 19th Avenue, something like that over there by whatever it is, that old mall that was tore down.
By Metro,
By Metro, right. So it's several of them throughout the city. They just need to do more.
Right.
Unfortunately, I mean, and they do need to enforce the laws, but just messing with people for jaywalking just sounds so stupid to me, but if there are options to cross the road, then it should be fine.
Right.
But yeah, I just hope that we do have way too many fatalities when it comes to people crossing the street out here. It's pretty ridiculous, man. People are reckless out here.
They really are. Moving on, and this story here reflects on the amount of losses that Trump has had in court. A federal judge has rejected the Trump administration's challenge to New York's green light law, which is clearing the way for undocumented immigrants to continue receiving a standard driver's license without proving their legal status. U.S. District Judge Ann Nacardi ruled that the federal government failed to show that the law actually violates the Constitution's supremacy clause. The decision marks a legal win for the state autonomy and public safety advocates who say that more licensed drivers actually make the road a lot more safer.
So they're trying to get licenses to people who may not be legally in the country, I'm guessing.
Well, what they were trying to do is, even if they are an undocumented immigrant, right? So they don't have to prove that they're undocumented.
We just want more people to have driver's license.
Want more people to have driver's license. We just want you to, if you're a driver on our streets, on our roads, we want you to be
and
licensed.
Them not having a license is not going to stop people from driving.
Right.
They're just going to drive and then do some dumb shit when they get into a wreck, fly off or something stupid. So, I mean, I think it's a good idea. It shouldn't matter if you're a citizen or not, just to get a license to be able to drive in that area.
Right.
I mean, if you have a license from somewhere else, that doesn't really give you the okay to drive in America.
Right.
If you have a license from wherever you are from and you're here, you're working here, you're on a working visa, or you're working your way to,
you should be able to get an American driver's
become
license.
A citizen, which takes 5 to 10 years most of the time.
Yep.
Then it should be no problem for those people who are waiting to become citizens to be able to get a license.
Right.
It's so dumb, man. But nowadays we are fighting. We don't want any immigrants here. That's pretty much where we're at right now. We don't want anyone here that's an immigrant. We want everyone gone. And we're treating everyone like shit. But it's pretty common sense to let people be able to get a license if they're going to be working here and they have a visa here while they are here. I think that's common sense.
Right.
But
I think so too. But
Trump administration, they don't like immigrants. So
right. But adding to his losses in court, A federal court rebuked the Trump administration. A judge ordered the restoration of more than $230 million in Homeland Security and disaster grants to Democratic-led states that had been targeted for cuts tied to immigration enforcement cooperation. The ruling found that the cuts arbitrary and politically motivated and underscored the importance of these funds for emergency preparedness and counterterrorism efforts. The administration has signaled that it will, of course, appeal that decision.
Yeah, they're gonna keep fighting it. It's sad, man. I like to watch the St. Louis news because that's where I'm originally from. And they're still reeling from a tornado that happened earlier this year. They never received any funds, and this is a Republican state. And they're still in situations where people are living in tents. People never got any funds to try to rebuild the neighborhoods. And and he's doing this to Democrat states who don't do exactly what he says.
Right.
To use the funds to get back at people for not listening to him, using the funds as man, it's crazy, man. And then all these people, they need this money. It's not that this is a situation where people are just asking for money just to be doing something.
Exactly.
They were in a disaster. And these funds has already been allocated by Congress. And he thinks he can come in and just say, you know what? I don't want these funds to go there. That's not the way it's ever worked. You don't come in and erase the decisions that Congress and other presidents have made, but that's been his MO. That's
he
the way
he's everything that everybody
he doesn't
before
like
him
anything
has done.
that anyone else has done. And I'm going to tear it up and rip it up. And this is what he's done. But you're supposed to have respect for the other people that held office. But this guy respects no one.
I don't think he even knows what that word means.
Man, it's ridiculous, dude. But hopefully, I don't know, man. I just get tired of this dude and this evil. It's hurting all the states. We have to hope and pray that no state gets a hit by a huge tornado or hurricane, because this guy's FEMA is not coming to help
at all.
They're going to
look. We just applied for the assistance up north when we had the floods back in September.
Floods denied. For Arizona denied them money, and this is just it's kind of a purple state, but they would call this a red state still. Denied, no money.
Yep,
you're not getting anything. But they keep cutting money, cutting funds, but the deficit is still going up. The amount of spending that the country is doing is still going up.
Going up.
We've spent so much more than we spent last year. It's crazy. I think they said I don't even know the number. I think it was 2.8 billion.
Something like
that we've spent over what we spent last year. Like, what is going on, man, for real? And then this guy, we're not sending money here, not sending money there, but to fly everybody to get for you can get to Mar-a-Lago.
$3,000 to deport immigrants. They got money for that.
Right. And also how much money it's costing to keep the National Guard in all these cities. This shit ain't free. They think that shit's free. All of it costs money. He's spending so much money. It's ridiculous. How much did residents of Western North Carolina get from FEMA? Nothing. That's crazy, man. Show that comment when you get it. That's crazy, brother. That is crazy. Your own constituents, your own citizens, you will not do anything to help them. That is crazy. Man, that's insane to me, man. Who in the hell leads a country and says, you know what? You guys are on your own. We're not helping you. We're not helping you.
That's the part I don't understand.
For real. He's straight up just like, I'm not helping anyone. FEMA's not doing anything. Oh, FEMA's bad. Instead of saying, you know what, we're going to do what we have to do to try to make FEMA better.
Right. We're going to make improvements.
To make improvements. To make things run better. To make things less of a problem for the states. We're going to do things to make things run smoother. So if you do come into some problems or issues, FEMA can be there and all the red tape won't be a problem for the bureaucracy. Will not stop us from helping people.
Right.
Now, I understood if you made FEMA better. FEMA has made some bad problems. We know with George Bush back in Katrina and the problems they had with those guys. But I mean, come on, man. Make it better, improve it. The country needs help, especially these red states. You know they're broke.
Broke is I
You
don't
know
know
they're
what.
broke. So I mean, I don't understand what we're doing here. Western North Carolina was during the Biden administration. You idiot. You fucking crazy. Boy. You just proved my point. Democratic Party sucks. Man, dude, you're fucking stupid. Because you said a comment and then you're going to tell me you lied in the comment. I didn't fact check you, you stupid motherfucker. I was just saying, okay. We can also, you trying to tell me that Biden didn't send money to North Carolina? Because we know you're lying. Straight up. We know you're lying.
Real lying. But
lying like a motherfucker.
Anywho, adding to Trump's defeats in court, a federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to submit plans to either return or provide legal hearings for the migrants that had been reported last year under the Aliens Enemy Act to El Salvadorian prison. Now, mind you, these are the detainees that Trump has sent to El Salvador. A judge has now ordered that they either be returned to America or given their legal hearing, which equates to their due process.
All right, you fucking dumbass, Tommy Pierce. Fuck you, Tammy, whatever your fucking name is. North Carolina, Helene recovery surpasses $1 billion in FEMA funding. So shut the fuck up. The fuck off my motherfucking comment section. $1 billion they sent to North Carolina. So shut the fuck up. This dude don't want to send shit to anyone. How the fuck can you be on here talking about what Biden didn't do when the dude sent almost $1 billion there? You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Just coming on here, just being, go worried about Trump. Go protect him. Do that. Can't stand these people, man. Anyway, how many viewers do you have, Ray Ray? How many viewers do you have? Because you're in my comment section. How many viewers do we come? How many people go to see Ray Ray and him talking? Because none. That's how many. But anyway, man, we're going to get back to the law. What Biden... This is wrong. This is wrong. Yeah, man. So, like I said, we're going to talk about some of the things that's been going on so far this week. We got the Epstein institutional protection and the MAGA civil war that's going on right now. Good evening. This is Habari Live. Like always, tonight we begin with breaking developments in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Just after midnight last night, man, the Department of Justice released thousands of additional files connected to its investigation. And within hours, serious questions emerged about whether those files were ever properly redacted in the first place. A lot of people have been able to remove the redaction that was put in place by the Trump administration. They cannot even get redacting right, as people was able to use Photoshop and remove the black lines in the redaction and see the information. These guys are putting out data and they saying they want to get it redacted, but they can't even do the redaction fucking properly. Just losers all the way around. Go ahead.
All the way around. And before we go further, we want to be clear that being named in this file is not proof of guilt. Allegations do not equate to convictions. The DOJ itself says that some of the claims released are untrue and sensationalist. But transparency means the public has the right to see what the government has and to question how power behaves when the information becomes public.
Yeah, man. It's It's unbelievable, man, to see all of the information that's coming out. We saw the information that Trump was named as a person who was a rapist in the case. This was alleged. We don't know for sure if this is true or not, just like you were said. But this is the information that came out. We have more information where Larry Nasser and Epstein were talking in the letter, and they said that the president Trump was also into young girls like they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what he was saying is, I think we're good, bro, because Trump is one of us.
Right.
And these people are online trying to fight for this guy still. Like, man, it's disgusting. You people will fight for a dude that has been known. How many rape accusations is this for Trump? Like, man. I mean, y'all Diddy, everybody Diddy, but dude, he had a whole lot of accusations, right? Where there's a lot of smoke, it might be fire, right? I don't know, man. I mean, these allegations are getting thick. I mean, he was found guilty in a rape of a one girl, but I know it was a civil case, but he still had to pay her.
Yep.
I mean, the other girl he paid off. Like, this is disgusting stuff, and this dude here is the president. It's crazy. According to the Department of Justice, this newest release includes thousands more pages to the federal investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Nearly every document is at least partially redacted by names, email addresses, phone numbers, continuing a pattern that is already drawn bipartisan criticism. People are upset about the over redaction. I mean, pages and pages of over redactions.
Full pages.
Mm-hmm.
But buried inside those redactions are new and disturbing details that were previously not public. One of the most serious is an FBI case file dated October of 2020, EFTA A000200518.
Mm-hmm.
That references a rape allegation involving President Donald Trump.
Now, you could easily go look up that file reference if you want to found that case filed if you don't believe that this is true. But this is what is coming out. No one is accusing anyone. These are allegations and accusations that were in the files. No one is saying this is true. We started the conversation by making sure that you all know that just because it's in the file does not mean that this is automatically true. But this is what is coming out. Now, if it was a Democrat, they've shown pictures of Bill Clinton, and y'all have been running with it all week. Oh, Bill, it's Bill. Bill Clinton, he's doing it. It's Bill. But any picture we find of Trump, oh, it's fake. It's fake. Oh, no, this ain't real. Y'all are ridiculous, dude. Mm-hmm. The mental gymnastics that you have to go through to play these games that y'all play. Oh, when it's a Democrat, it's real. When it's a Republican, it's fake. It's fake. Somebody made it up. Like, dude, y'all are ridiculous. Ridiculous. Your brains must hurt. We don't give a fuck if it's Bill Clinton in there. If there's any motherfucking proof that he was doing anything, put him in jail. I'm not trying to protect fucking Bill Clinton. Bill did come out and said, hey, released all the files. It's a reason why I haven't been arrested. And Susie Wiles also said openly that Bill Clinton never went to the island. But we do know that Trump was there 8 times or even more. Your president was there 8 times. It comes out of the file that they knew that for sure, that he had been there. But look at Trump. I mean, look at them. They're making up all type of excuses for that. That's no problem. The document does not identify the accuser. Names and identifying details are redacted, and the DOJ has stated clearly that allegations made against Trump in these files are unfounded and false. That's what they're saying. We are reporting what exists in the file. We are not asserting guilt. We're just reporting what the fuck has been seen. And what the files say exactly.
The files say that the FBI document includes an allegation from an unnamed individual claiming that Trump raped her along with Epstein. It also references an account from a limousine driver whose name is also redacted, who described a very concerning phone conversation in 1995 while driving Trump to the airport.
Mm-hmm. We got all this smoke, man. It's a lot of smoke coming from Trump.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Where, I mean, it's got to be. Let's go to the video of Trump blaming Biden. That one. Yeah. Let's play this. Having a good time. Look at him. Look at him. This dude, does he look like a guy that was just there and didn't know what was going on? Looked like a guy that knew exactly what was going on, man. And that's what I think. Let's go ahead and play this other video at the top here. I'm probably paying him out of turn, but we're going to play it anyway.
Mid-air collision.
Mm-hmm.
These images, 3 of them do contain photos of President Donald Trump. This was before he was president. One of these photos is him with 6 women. All of their faces are redacted. They are at a luau there, it looks like. There's another photo of the president speaking with a woman. Her face is visible in this photo, and Epstein is standing beside Trump. And then there's a final picture of Trump on an airplane, it appears, sitting next to a blonde woman who also has her face redacted. Now, I should be clear, the president is not accused of any wrongdoing in connection with Jeffrey Epstein. He said that they had a falling out many years ago because he thought that Epstein was a creep. Now, there are other very famous high-profile people that are also in some of these pictures that were released today, including former President Bill Clinton. He's photographed with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, who was his former girlfriend. There's also a photo of Steve Bannon sitting at a desk. There are a number of other images of Woody Allen, Bill Gates, and more. There were also some sexually explicit images in here of sex toys.
Wow.
There has been a lot of pressure on the administration to release more of these Epstein files, images, information to the public. We heard from Democrat Robert Garcia earlier today about that.
The thing right now that's the most important is there is one man who has the power to release the files and get to the truth and bring justice to the survivors, and that's Donald Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's not looking good with this guy, man. According to the document, Trump repeatedly said the name Jeffrey during the call and made reference to abusing some girl. That's what's going on in this. Again, this is an allegation recorded in an investigation file. It's not a finding fact. We're not saying that this is 100% true. This is just something that has came out, and we want to report on what has came out.
For real. But the DOJ said that these claims were submitted shortly before the 2020 election and considers them to be untrue. But transparency, again, means that the public needs to see what the federal investigators have received and how those documents were handled.
Janet Crane, yes, Clinton. Why wasn't he impeached for what he has done? He was impeached, but shouldn't those rules apply for the guy that's in the White House right now, since he's in the files also, pictured just as much as Bill Clinton? And
If not
also,
more.
he's had several allegations coming out talking about he was raping motherfuckers. So should those rules apply to the guy that's in there now, since they apply to the guy from the 90s? Huh? Shouldn't those same rules apply? Shouldn't we get this dude the fuck up out of here? No. Y'all going to keep on protecting him, keep on saying he didn't do anything. But if it was a Democrat, y'all would be, get him out, get him out. The hypocrisy of the Republicans is ridiculous. Ridiculous. It was found that Trump cheated on his wife several fucking times.
He paid
Y'all
a
didn't
porn
have
star
no problem
hush
with that
money.
dude being the president. What happened to Clinton? Impeach. You know, y'all have morals when it comes to other parties, but when it comes to your party, you don't have any morals.
Those morals go.
Those
get
morals
thrown
is out the window. You don't give a fuck about morals. You don't have any of those things. This dude could be found having sex with a little kid, and y'all would straight up look over it and go on with your life. He's a good guy, though. He's a good guy. And the Democrats, they're probably doing it. That's what y'all would do. Straight up. There's nothing this guy could do ever for y'all can change y'all mind on this dude. Ever. You're hollering that Bill Clinton needs to be impeached. He should have been put out for what he did. But today, y'all protecting Trump. And he's all over the files. All in videos. Girls are 6 girls, Trump in the middle. Picture after picture, dog. He's in the office right now. He's not the president from the 90s that y'all want to ride on. Oh, it's a mental disorder, huh? Yeah, I'm saying arrest Bill Clinton if he did anything wrong. What are you saying? Can you say the same thing? Can you say the same thing? Why does it matter why didn't Joe release the files? It doesn't matter. I wish he would have. Maybe he would have kept Trump out of fucking office. Maybe people would have made a different vote if they would have saw what this dude really was. But everything that I see is saying that they didn't have the jurisdiction. They didn't have the okay because the files were still on hold. That's the reason why they didn't release them. But it's crazy that since Trump is getting caught up in all of this and all these accusations are coming out, now it's, oh, why didn't the Democrats do it? It's ignorant shit, dude. Your boy is caught. You can stop deflecting. Your boy is caught. Another major revelation came from an internal DOJ email dated January 7, 2020, written by Assistant USA Attorney in Southern District of New York.
The email states that Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet many more times than previously had been reported. According to the email, Trump flew at least 8 times between 1993 and 1996.
On 4 of those flights, Ghislaine Maxwell was present. On one flight, Trump, Epstein, and a 20-year-old passenger whose name was redacted were the only people on board. Now, these are flight logs. So these are things that the FBI was able to get to see who was flying on this man's private jet, because you have to have this on your flight logs. So this is information that we can say was real. Was real. We can say this information does exist. We can say that this for sure is facts because of these flight logs. And the flight logs that say that Bill Clinton was not on the flights to the island. But old Trumpy Trump was. 2 additional flights included women described internally as possible witnesses. Possible witnesses. They were on flights with old President Trump. In the Maxwell case, the email concludes by saying DOJ officials wanted none of this to be a surprise later. But that's why they've been hiding the files for so long. That's why they've been hiding it, because look, man, look at all the data that says this guy was on these planes with little girls. I mean, we don't know for sure if they were little, but we know for sure that they were in the case with Maxwell. We know for sure that one of the girls was 20, but it was for sure was Trump, a young girl, 20, and Epstein. That's it. That's all that was in the flight. So, hey, take your mind where you want to take it. But this is what came out in the files. Like I said before, we don't know if it is true. We don't know if all this is true. We just know the information that has been coming out from this last Epstein release that came out at 12 o'clock, midnight the other day. Another newly released document, EFTA 0001901, the file name, is a civil complaint filed in January 2020 by a woman identified as Jane Doe. They protected her name. She alleges abuse by Epstein and Maxwell and states that in 1994, when she was 14 years old, Epstein took her to meet Donald Trump. 14. That's what's in the files. According to the filing, Epstein allegedly elbowed Trump and said, referring to the girl, "This is a good one, right?" That's what he said. Supposedly in the files. I mean, 14. And this comes out in the paperwork. It's not looking good, man. Y'all can try to deflect. Oh, well, Bill Clinton. This is disgusting, dog. And we know he can, it's nothing this dude, like I say all the time, he could be found with the murder weapon in his hand and they still would make an excuse. But he's a good boy. I love him. He killed him, but he's good. This man can't do no wrong in the eyes of his cult followers. But this is all supposedly, whatever, dude. This is all allegations. All allegations. We don't know if it's true, but this is what's written down by somebody else. The filing says Trump smiled and nodded, man. These claims are contained in a civil complaint and have not been adjudicated for sure. So, like I said, man, we can't say that this guy for sure did this, man, but this is a lot of information that's coming out. And what we do know is that more files have been found. They said 1 million more files have been found, even though they said in the past they didn't have any more files left. Remember that. They said all the files, everything has already been released. But now they said that there's 1 million more files that they're going through and trying to redact and trying to get out there. So we'll see what pops up in the rest of these files. But I know that so far, it has not looked very well for Mr. Trump. That's all I know. It hasn't looked very well for him. These files are not looking good. The files also include records showing a possible suicide attempt by Epstein on July 23, 2019, 2 weeks after his arrest and weeks before his death. That's crazy. It's also included is a letter that's allegedly written by Epstein to Larry Nassar while Epstein was in jail. The DOJ includes the letter as a part of the record, but does not validate its contents. They said it's fake, is what the Trump's DOJ is saying. But the FBI thought that it was something that needs to be kept. So the relevance here isn't that these cases are identical. It's that both show systems that failed victims while protecting abusers over and over and over. I mean, some of the redactions have started to unravel as some people are starting to follow the money. So now we need to bring you to a breaking update, because after the DOJ released these files, independent researchers began reviewing the PDFs, and what they found raises serious concerns about how the redactions were done by the Trump administration. This regime does not seem to know how to redact the files. According to analysts examining the files, some DOJ redactions appear to be cosmetic rather than secure, meaning the black bars may not have removed the underlying data, only hidden it visually. This is not an official DOJ admission of error, but it has triggered alarm that sensitive information, including names, transactions, and internal notes, may have been inadequately protected. They did a horrible job of doing the redaction. It's terrible. But that's what you get when you hire a whole bunch of people who holler merit, but do not have the background or history or qualifications for the jobs that they hold.
Right. But, one of the most disturbing revelations comes from the court filings in the U.S. Virgin Islands civil case against the Epstein's estate.
Those filings describe more than $400,000 allegedly paid to individuals described as young female models and actresses. One former Russian model was documented as receiving over $380,000 in a wired transfer and $8,300 a month payments over several years.
Regular monthly payments? For years? According to the estate records reviewed in the case, plaintiffs argue that this pattern raises serious questions about the nature of those payments.
Yeah, man. It's a so-called alleged protection network. Allegedly. We will make sure we say that. The same filings allege Epstein's operation paid for lawyers, for participant witnesses, leaned on intimidation, and engaged in smear campaigns to keep victims silent.
Those claims do, however, remain allegations, but they are now part of the public court record.
Hmm.
We can now see those records,
Right.
although they remain allegations at this time.
Yeah, man. So some of the financial records also point to shell companies, including one called Cypress, reporting minimal cash while paying over $100,000 in Santa Fe property taxes in a single year. So it looks like these people were money laundering and using these companies as like they said, shell companies to hide money and to launder money into different situations.
Mm, That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to launder money. But the Virgin Islands ultimately secured a $105 million settlement, and half of those proceeds from the Epstein's Island. Estate executors Darren Endike and Richard Kahn did not admit any wrongdoing.
And with a last name like Khan, I don't know. Public records so Endike is now associated with a law firm that has represented Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Oh, they're all buddies. They're all homies. So now he's in there. He represents Trump and Hegseth. That connection does not imply wrongdoing, but it is kind of weird, huh?
Right.
It underscores why transparency fucking matters. That's their homie. The dude who was on this scandalous shit. Why are so many people that had dealt with Epstein cool with Trump or worked with Trump?
Right.
Why? Why are all them there?
I don't know, but the DOJ did respond saying that some of those claims in the files are untrue, but they released those documents under the Epstein Files Transparency Act.
The rusty
We're going
nail.
to give you everything that we got so y'all can see exactly what we saw.
The rusty nail, I don't know how you can come out your mouth. You must not have read. Y'all live in fantasy land in Fox News, because I know Fox News is not telling you guys what is going on. But I'll tell you again, Trump is in rape allegations with little kids. He was on the flight logs to the island 8 times. So y'all can stop calling it the Clinton files. This is straight up some shit that's going on that has Trump's name all over it. And I'm not sure how y'all live in y'all little bubble, but read something else. I'm happy you here to find out the truth, because I know Fox News and the rest of them will not tell you what's really going on, as y'all call it, the Clinton files. Bill Clinton said release it all. Susie Wild says he wasn't in the files.
The Democrats said release them all.
Release them. What is
And
Trump
y'all
doing?
still
Redacting, trying not to send them all the files out. They were supposed to do all the files on Friday. They still playing around talking about they got more files that they need to redact. This regime is horrible.
Files.
A million. The problem now is that the redactions themselves may have failed, not because of transparency, because of incompetence, like always. The most incompetent cabinet I've ever seen in my existence. These people are horrible. But next going to the GOP infighting at a turning point, USA, and the things that was happening out there, man.
Right, which brings us to the political fallout, because as these files circulate, the Republican Party is actually openly fracturing.
Woo! Good. Because I'm sick of these idiots running around acting like they running something. All of them was put together by Band-Aids. They have a coalition of racists, and then another coalition of really, really racist. And they're fighting because they're trying to act like, oh, they're more racist than us. Both of y'all ain't shit. Both groups, Tucker Carlson group, the other group that ran by the Jewish dude, they're all bad. They're all talk shit about everybody. So I have no sympathy for either group. But at Turning Point USA's America Fest in Phoenix, those factions were on full display here in Phoenix. So sad that those people are from here, man.
Man,
So
sad. But according to NPR reporting, the conference revealed deep divisions over cancel culture, anti Semitism, and who gets amplified within the MAGA movement.
Yeah, because it's a big fight in the Republican side. Do we stay with Israel or do we splinter for them? There's a lot of people that want to say, hey, I'm sick of what's going on in Israel and I'm not with it. But a lot of them want to say they want to stay pro Israel, like Ben Shapiro. He publicly criticized Tucker Carlson for interviewing white nationalist Nick Fuentes, calling it moral imbecility. He also talked about Candace Owens and other people that's on the right that he didn't feel should be talking about Charlie Kirk's wife.
You're absolutely right about that. But, Carlson responded later that night, rejecting deplatforming and questioning why cancel culture arguments were happening at a Charlie Kirk event in the first place.
So let's go ahead and run the first video, man, of Ben Shapiro talking about some of the things that he doesn't like. Look at the videos. Trump pressure.
Values on social policy, free markets with regard to economics. But today, I want to talk about something even more important: how to discern those attempting to speak truth from frauds and grifters.
Grifters, something that the entire Republican Party is made of right now. A bunch of grifters. It's crazy to see him talk to people like that. But let's go to the next one. It says James Tellerico.
At Mikey McCoy and Andrew Colvin and Blake Neff and Tyler Boyer and yes, at Erica Kirk, and to imply or outright claim complicity in a cover-up over Charlie's murder, to spew absolutely baseless trash implicating everyone from French intelligence to Mossad to members of TPUSA in Charlie's murder or a cover-up in that murder, then we, as people with a microphone, have a moral obligation to call that out by name.
This guy here, man, he thinks he stands on a moral high ground by being a Zionist and being so pro-Israel. He's okay with them committing genocide to the fucking Palestinian people. There's nothing that they can do wrong in the eyes of these Zionists. I'm not with the other side that he's going against, but I'm definitely not with Ben Shapiro. I mean, he's able to spew racism about every other group in the world, but when it comes to his group, he doesn't like it. It was okay when Candace Owens was talking about black people, but as soon as they say something about some Jews, oh, no, we don't like that. You're fired. Get out of here. You can protect your people, but when it comes to everybody else, you look down on everybody else. Nah, man, fuck people like Ben Shapiro. He don't give a fuck about other minorities. Why the fuck should we give a fuck about his? He don't care about black people, brown people. He'll shit on them if he had a chance anytime he want to. But he gonna stand up there and act like, oh, you guys are not respecting the Jewish people. Man, get your ass out of here. Fuck we gonna respect y'all for? If you don't have any respect for us, what the fuck we gonna respect you for?
Right on, Kevin Mackin.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Let's
show what Tucker Carlson had to say after he heard what Ben Shapiro was saying to him.
Should be able to debate, and that if you have something valid to say, if you're telling the truth, you ought to be able to explain it calmly and in detail to people who don't agree with you, and that you shouldn't immediately resort to shut up racist.
If you're saying racist shit, Tucker Carlson, then we can tell you to shut up racist. They like to say a whole bunch of racist shit and then be like, man, why are people calling us racist? They like to say shit like, white people don't have to be ashamed to be white anymore. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? No one gives a fuck about white people being pro-white. That's fine. It's a problem when you start fucking with us. It's a problem when you come into my comment section and have to put monkey emojis every fucking where. That's the problem. That's what we hate about you motherfuckers. You think you can be evil as fuck, and we're just supposed to be like, hi, guys. Nah, man, we're going to call you out on your bullshit. That's the way it works. You push racism, we're going to say, well, you're racist, bro.
Right.
And you're like, oh, you called me a racist.
But
You
said
saying
something
racist shit. What the fuck are you talking about? They're insane. Vice President J.D. Vance, not Trump, delivered the fucking stupid ass closing speech, urging unity and saying that the GOP must stop canceling each other.
Must stop canceling each other. But this was also the first America Fest since Erica took over as CEO. She also announced Turning Point now claims over 1 million students and publicly endorsed J.D. Vance for president 2028.
Y'all gonna put up the couch slayer, huh? That's what y'all gonna put up to vote? You're gonna lose. Put him up. Go ahead. Put him up. The number one thing is that the Republican Party has a problem with that man because he has a brown wife.
Yep.
And he is not gonna bring all of those races together, because they love to see a white family and a white man with all a white woman, blonde hair up there. And if that's not it, they're going to have a problem with it.
Yep.
And they're going to have a problem with him because
his wife ain't
his
white.
wife is not white. And they have said it openly.
And their kids aren't white.
Said it openly. So I know he will have a problem, and that they should probably pick someone else. So some of the young attendees that told NPR the infighting felt counterproductive and that the division only helps the Democrat. That's right. Good.
But tonight wasn't about the outrage. It was about the documentation. What the DOJ released, what they tried to redact, and what the public uncovered when those redactions failed.
Yeah, man. From Epstein to Nassar to political infighting, the pattern is the same. Institutions protect themselves first and the victims last.
Yep.
Donald Trump's name is all over the Epstein files. His names are in things that are disgusting. Rape allegations. He's on the flight logs.
His wife is the whitest thing.
What? Who do you even know who I'm talking about, Robbie? We're talking about J.D. Vance here. You sure his wife is white, brother? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because we're not talking about Trump. We're talking about J.D. Vance. Keep up. I know it's hard for you guys, but keep up.
But allegations, again, do not equal convictions. But secrecy is not justice either.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, we do know, Jeff Boo, that these are just accusations. We understand that. But this is the stuff that came out of the files. If this were Democrats that were being accused of rape in these files, y'all would already be calling it the truth. Y'all would already be saying that this really happened. The fact that we have the coof enough to be sitting here and say it is allegations, we cannot say that this is 100% what happened. This is just the information that has came out of the files that we have looked at. I'm not going to try to protect this guy. I'm not going to try to protect Bill Clinton. That is not my thing to do. I just want to know the truth. We all just want to know the truth, man. We just want to know what really was going on. And it seemed like a lot of these guys, you might be right, Patricia, on that. He may be divorcing her and trying to get him a Erica Kirk, rolling with her to see if that helps him a little bit better. Because I wonder what his wife is thinking with some of the things that he says. You don't have to be, you don't have to feel bad for being white. His wife isn't even white. What the fuck how the fuck does she feel about this shit?
Right.
This nation is for white people and Christians. I wonder what his wife feels about her husband saying this country is for Christians and whites. Like, man, what? What is she saying at home? So you may be right. It may be a divorce, man, for he can win in 2028 because if it's not all white, it's not all right. They are not going to vote for that dude. I don't know what he was thinking, but at first he was a never Trumper. But money and situations has changed his mind. So he's nice. He's fully all the way in with Trump. And the way they've been treating people in India, the Ramaswamy, the way they was talking to him at the last turning point, telling him he doesn't belong in this country. He's not a Christian. He's not white. Like, they don't hide the racism, man. They straight out with it. So I don't understand why so many brown and black people are even in their party.
I don't get it either.
Because they are openly racist and openly tell you this is a white nation for white people and white Christians only. A nation they came to that already had brown people here. They come here and say, oh, this is our nation. I mean, it's the craziest, diabolical fucking shit I ever heard in my life. It's crazy. People were already here by the millions, and you come to the place and say, well, this is a white nation made for us. Manifest destiny. The clowns since the day one. Clowns. But anyway, man, this has been eye-opening, man, and more files are coming. So Trump, he hasn't said much the last couple days as these files come out, and it's bad. It's bad. Y'all can keep on bringing up the Clintons and trying to bring them up, bro, but none of this information is pointing to them the way it's pointing at Trump, bro. And like I said, I don't care. If the Clintons are in that information, get them. They should go to jail too. But, man, the accusations that's coming out about Trump, man, is horrid. And I don't know. I mean, they say that y'all are the party of morals and Christianity. But I know that it doesn't matter if this dude, I'm telling you, it won't matter if the most viral, visceral, disgusting images come out of this of Trump with little girls. Y'all still wouldn't care. Y'all wouldn't care. The Republican Party wouldn't care at all. Now, we don't know if anything like that is coming out, but I just know if it did happen, y'all would shrug it off. We are saying, hey, man, hold Bill Clinton to the same standards that you would hold anyone else that was committing any crimes that would happen.
Lock
if
him
he was
all
on those
up.
fucking files and he was on that damn island doing anything that was inappropriate, put the motherfucker in jail. But we all know that you can't say that about Trump. We all know you would never say it don't matter what he does. Your daddy would never do anything wrong, right? Dunning-Kruger, I agree with you, Andy Thompson. That's what they're going through because they can do nothing wrong. But hey, we're going to leave it there, man. We want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas Eve. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. I hope you guys have a good Christmas. Try not to think about what's going on in the world for a little while, for a day. And we'll be back on Saturday to talk about more. Please hit the subscribe button, man. We're trying to get to 7,000 right now, but the full goal is to get to 10. But let's get to this 7,000. Let's make it happen, man. We appreciate you guys. Like I said, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you guys on Saturday. Peace out.
Holla, holla.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.